I believe now that creativity is more important than it has ever been. What is going on, guys? Shooting Dave here. So good to see your faces. Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you're new here and you don't know what I'm about, I am at Shooting Dave, a photographer from London that now lives here in Los Angeles. And I make video and photo editing tutorials, so if that sounds something like you're interested in, then please do consider subscribing. Right, so today's video, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 photography projects taking part during quarantine on Instagram. I think now we should be finding little projects to keep ourselves entertained with so that we don't get bored and stagnant during this period. It's very hard to feel inspired when you're locked down inside and it kind of seeps away at you. Well, it does for me anyway. I mean, I started to really suffer for it, and that's why I started my photography project. But before we get into my one, I want to give you my top 5. So first off the list is Jason Wolfe. He has a photography project where he goes around and photographs people inside their own houses. Now, I know what you're thinking, you can't go inside people's houses. Well, he's already thought of that. He shoots photos of portraits through the windows or through the balcony or through an open door, and he actually came round from Hollywood down to us in Venice to photograph myself and my wife Amy on our balcony of our apartment. And it's a super unique series and I adore it, to be honest. It's really interesting to see how people's lives are affected, and it really hammers it home when you see other people suffering in the same sort of situation as you are. I mean, it's kind of nice to see total strangers all going through the same thing as you, and it's kind of reassuring. So yeah, definitely check out Jason Wolfe's project, Stay at Home. It is a great photography series and I hope he carries on. In fact, he wants to make his own book about the whole series, so hopefully he shoots enough people, photographs them, so that he can fill up this book, so that would be great. Up next is my buddy Rick Nunn. Now, he's a great photographer. I've known him for a couple of years. We've met up, we've flown drones together, we've hung out at van skate events in the past. He's a super nice guy and talented. He taught me how to do strobist photography, which I've not touched for a few years, but he is an exceptional photographer. And he's just started 50 sandwiches of the United States of America. So this is an interesting project because not only is it not car related, it's food related, but he also takes stunning photographs of each sandwich and throws up a recipe, so if you guys want to play along at home as well, then you can follow him on his Instagram. So yeah, check out Rick Nunn. Up next, I have Dominic Fraser. Now, he's a very, very talented photographer. I've not had the pleasure of meeting him yet. However, he's come up with this super cool and super unique series. He is recreating rally photographs taken with an Audi Quattro back in the day from the 80s in the Group B era, arguably the best era. But he's actually recreating it with Lego. Now, the amount of detail this guy is going to is just phenomenal. You should definitely check out this series. Super creative, super meticulous, and his Instagram even has a load of behind the scenes on how he shot it and how he edited it, as well as the inspiration for that photograph as well. So definitely recommend following along with that one. So maybe photographing Lego or eating food or photographing people in their own homes isn't really your thing. Maybe painting is up your alley. Then in that case, you want to check out Ian Cook of Pop Bang Colour. He is an immensely talented artist that actually paints with remote control cars on gigantic canvases. He normally does it at events. However, unfortunately due to the lockdown, all of those events are cancelled. So he's moved over to continuous drawing, where he actually, as soon as he puts the pen down on the paper, he doesn't take it off until he's finished doing the outline of the car. Now, what is super interesting about this is he actually interviews the photographer or people in the industry whilst he's doing these drawings. So not only do you get to see him live draw a really cool project, you also get to find out some super nice insider information from people in the industry or different photographers. And he is even kind enough to interview me whilst he drew the 935X from Race Service that I light painted a couple of months ago. So yeah, super talented bloke, and it's very interesting to follow along with his progress, as well as finding out about the people that he's interviewing. So check out Pop Bang Colour on Instagram. And bringing up the final spot is myself with the coronavirus lockdown light painting project that I did. This is a project born out of necessity for me. I really needed to feel creative again under these circumstances because I was basically losing my mind and getting super depressed. Now, why am I recommending myself? I know you guys have seen the project already and you're probably like, enough Dave, shut up, on to the next thing. Well, I kind of want to give this project away to you as well. So I want to encourage you to safely go and photograph cars in your your area, or do something different with it. Have a little spin. Maybe show me your area where it's completely empty and desolate with no people around. Really hammer home the isolation effect. And the reason why I want you to do this is not only to get you creating again and making yourself feel a lot better, but also these are very, very strange times. So whatever photograph projects you can take up right now will be great, because it really does cement this moment in time, and it'll be something that you can look back on future years and go, that really was a messed up time. I mean, we're all itching to get back into normality, but for right now, this is the new normal, and we have to do whatever we can to make ourselves feel a little bit better during this project. Anyway, guys, that's all from me. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you've got any projects that you think I should be following on, then leave them down in the comments section below, or tag me on Instagram. I'd love to follow along. I find it super inspiring and super helpful to see what other people are working on, especially during this time, because it is a very, very unique time we're going through. And as always, guys, I've been Shooting Dave, and I shall see you in the next one. See ya.